There are a lot of ways that people are getting it wrong in most especially breeders, that means the hatchers. There are a lot of technical error that we do make that does not make us to be highly successful in the business. Let me give you an instance. For an instance, if you are into breeding process, maybe after you might have gone through, because the breeding process is all about 3 categories.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I'm not.
Hello guys, good morning. Thank you God, thank you once again. You are all welcome once again to my YouTube page. My name once again still remains Udutola Isabiodun, and your anchor, as you know. Today we'll just be taking you through a brief lesson so that you guys can tap 1 or 2 of my lessons today. Yeah, today I'll be talking about your success in seed management. You see, there are a lot of ways that people are getting it wrong in most especially breeders, that means the hatchers. There are a lot of technical error that we do make that does not make us to be highly successful in the business. Let me give you an instance. For an instance, if you are into breeding process, maybe after you might have gone through, because the breeding process is all about 3 categories. The first category is your broodstock. It's very, very voluminous to know about your broodstock, to know the condition of your broodstocks, to know how sure you take your broodstock, to know how you nurture your broodstocks. All these are the grade 1 of catfish, hatchery and management. So I'll be taking you through the managerial area today, just a topic. But the first one I'm talking about is your broodstock. So you must know how to manage your broodstock. You see, I normally advise anybody that really wants to go into hatchery or breeding process. The first thing to do is that you must get down a broodstock. At least you must get down nothing less than, the least you can get down nothing less than like 50 female or 30 males. It's very, very important for you to get that down. And how do you get that down? Make sure that you don't use inbreed. Make sure that the fishes you are using are mixed fishes. So you can do that by getting a fishes from a farm, or you can as well breed your fish yourself, keep some of them and get some fishes from outside. So with that you can mix them together so that you avoid inbreed. So these are what you need to do. Like in my place now, like here, there's a place I do brood my broodstocks, so I take it here, and sometimes I get the broodstock I use here, I get the broodstock I use here, and I have nothing less than 200 to 300 broodstocks that I have here. Some of the broodstock you have is that there's a way you manage your broodstock. They must be very, very agile and very, very hardy. So knowing your broodstock, these are some of the broodstocks we use here. So these are, you can do what you must understand what you call the broodstock. Understanding the broodstock is very, very important. That is the first aspect of it. The second aspect of it is that your spawning process. Spawning process is the normal production, fingerlings production process. That means injecting, stripping and other stuff, incubating period, latency period, all those processes are the number 2 period. So after you might have gone through that, the next and the most important and the most difficult part of it is how to manage the fryers. It is very, very important. Managing fryers can be taught to you by a well-experienced breeder, a person that is into the system, a person that have failed into that business many times and can face the challenges and can come out of the challenges. Those are the people that can tell you the facts about what you need to listen to about the management area of the business. And the first thing to know about the management area, after you might have gone through the week 1, week 2, week 3, which is very, very taxing of it. The other management area is your fingerlings to juvenile stage. Maybe you don't want to sell at fingerlings and you want to sell at juvenile. This proportion of time are very, very limited. What I mean by limited is that if you have your breeding process you can achieve a 90% result. So, but after your 3 weeks, it will come down to like 60%. From fingerlings to juvenile stage, if you are not careful, it will come down to 20 or 10%. Or sometimes some people don't even have anything at all. That is after your eggs might have hatched. Maybe you don't have white eggs. That means after you might have achieved results from your incubating time. So those are what you need to check and really understand, and that is what I'm really talking about, so that you can have a clinch of this. So the fact of it is that I'll be talking about you need to know management. One area, you need to understand your water. How often do you check your water? What are the materials you have on ground to check our waters? Let me give you an instance. You may not have a lab. That means because we normally do a lot of trial and error. We don't have labs to test our water, even to test the feed, even to test even the fish, because there are some well organized hatchery department that have all that. But it is very important for every farmers to really understand how to check your alkalinity and your acidity of your water, how to understand your nitrate, your CO, the CO of your water, how to control the bacteria that is entering into your water. Those are things that normally causes that great infections and diseases that we normally have in fish managerial process. So another thing is that water is very, very important. Sometimes there are some things in water that is physical, and there are some things in water that is not physical. The physical part of water is that your cleanliness, how clean your water is. By the time you change your water, after about 20 minutes or 10 minutes, 15 minutes of changing your water, go back to the pond and check how neat. Is it possible for you to see the base of your water? That means for the seedlings, if you can conveniently see the base of your water, that tells you in a physical form that your water is neat. And there's a secret that if any of your fishes is having any kind of a disease, the first thing you notice is that your water will be cloudy. There will be whitish and cloudy. So these are what you need to know. And how respondent is your fishes? Are they really responding well to the feed you are giving them? So as you can see, these ones are really responding. Are they really responding well to the feed you are giving them? So all these are what you need to check, and you need to understand about fish managerial process. So again, your water has lot of parameters. They have lot of parameters that have to be checked. What I mean by lot of acidity of your water has to be taken care of. That means you must have a test kit. The test kit, depending on the kind of test kit you are using. In here is what we call the test kit for the liquid test kit. This is the liquid test kit. This is a new one. It's a liquid test kit, and this test for the, as you know, I normally tell you guys, this test for the chlorine, and this test for the chlorine and the Bauman, and this test for the alkalinity and acidity. So this test for the alkalinity and the acidity. So it's very, very important for you to have this. And if you need any of these, make sure that you contact me, and it will be sent to you anywhere you have in the world. And again, there's another test kit for this. Another test kit for your pH and your acidity. That means the acidity and your alkalinity. This is the digital test kit, and the digital test kit, you can use this too as well to test. For those people that love something that is digital, you can use this to test for your acidity and your alkalinity. This is the pH for the digital test kit, and in here you will just put the battery. This is where you put the battery. So after putting the battery, you mount it inside. You mount it inside. So after mounting it inside, you now do your cannibalization with the 0.4. This is the 0.4. That means you want to buffer it. If you want to buffer your pH from 0.4 down upward, or if you want to buffer it from 6 downward. So this is what we use to cannibalize it. So in my next video, I'll be showing you how to do the how to cannibalize the digital pH reading. So if you need the data pH reading, make sure that you contact me and you have a copy for your farm too. We have it in here. We have lot of them in here. So we have lot of them in here. So with this, you can contact me and you will get a copy for yourself. And again, we have the one we call for the TD. This one is for the TD. This is the total dissolved oxygen. That's what they call the TDS, the total dissolved oxygen. So it is very, very important for you to test the number of nitrite, the number of nitrate, the number of the CO2 in your water. So with this, we tell you how to test this, what will help you to test that what you needed. So you need these two in your farm. So if you need any copy of all this, make sure that you contact me and it will be sent to you anywhere you are in the world. So what I mean by that is that what are the things that you really need? What are the things? So what are the things that you really need? What are the things that you really need to manage your water, at least for a starter? So I just told you about our liquid test kit, which is readily available. I told you about our digital test kit. I told you about my digital test kit, which is readily available to us. That means the TD and the pH. And this is how you test your nitrite and your nitrate. So this is the kit to test that too. So if you need the kit to test that too, these two will be delivered to you immediately. So this is what you need to test that too as well. Everything is inclusive. So make sure that you contact me and this will be sent to you anywhere you are in Nigeria. So it will be sent to you. So all these are what you use to manage your water. There are parameters you need to know to manage your water. And again, I told you about something we call something I call the faucet filter. This faucet filter is the one I use, but I will take you through the practical soon. I will take you to my mini hatchery. So in there you can see all what we have, so how it is being operated. So all this will be given and will be shown to you. So let me go more on some of the secrets that every farmer needs to know and to understand. Looking at this fish now, what you can see at the base is that I put some of these are duckweed. These are duckweed. I put some of duckweed inside. So why I'm doing so is that, as you know, azolla and duckweed, they are highly medicinal to these great fishes. So putting them into, so I'm using it as a feed, and as I get to introduce what we call the lysine and the mentholin into them. So this will give them more of the lysine and mentholin I deserve for them. So managing your fishes from fryers to juvenile size, what you needed is water.